What's goose with everybody, man? You already know what it is, man. Now, before I get into the subject in hand, you know what I'm saying? I just want to tell you joxing it for something. And I ain't talking about the good LeBron James fans. You know what I'm saying? The good LeBron James fans who's reasonable and use both sides of their brain, you know, what I'm saying? I like talking to y'all. The ones who keep it fair, and I won't keep it bashing or hating like that. The ones who's coming in every comment section talking about you haters, you hate the man so much. He finally lost this and that. Like, fool, you just shut your goofy ass up because this ain't the first time he lost, sucker. Right? This ain't the first time he lost in his playoff career. And some of these fools don't even know, but they think this is his first playoff loss. It's just a first round playoff loss. You toads. But you know what I'm saying? I'm at work and I'm listening to all these shows from the morning to now. So I figured since I just got off of work, fresh out the shower, you know what I'm saying, to talk about this. Now, of course, there's a lot that was going through my head when I first heard stuff, but I just wanted to hear this crybaby Nick wrong because he brought up something that, you know, maybe I should go check, but I don't think it ever happened, and that is naming a lot of dudes who lost in the first round. But if you ask me, I'm like, is they champions? Was they champions? Was they the defending champions? Oh yeah, which goes to show for you LeBum Jocksniffers who sat there and kept laughing at Michael Jordan's first round exit, swept and all this stuff. Like, can you imagine being the Celtics, right, in the 80s? Can you imagine winning the title and then you go in the first round and face Michael Jordan and he gives you 63 points on y'all, something nobody else has done on y'all, but Michael Jordan give y'all 63 points on a loss? And I only counted, now even with these dudes, even my boy Dame Dollars and the rest of them who put up high performance play numbers, even if you lost, all right, I'm not counting it because if they not the champions, like if Devin Booker put up 60 or 70 something points on the Lakers, then it would eclipse Michael Jordan, if you ask me, because he got higher than Michael Jordan, but he faced, now even though these Laker teams ain't better than that Celtics team that Michael Jordan was facing, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have been shocked that they did drop 73 on this weak Fakers team. But you know what I'm saying? We smoking Fakers pack tonight for the whole year and this and that. Shout out to the real Laker fans who ain't buying into none of this bull stuff, right? They know that Bubba ring was all fake. There's no crowds. There's no fans. There's nobody, nothing. You're not going on the road. You're just in a bubble. And this bubble was made just for one bum. Fixed for one dude. So y'all can keep thinking that plastic Mickey Mouse ring counts for something. It don't count for diddly squat. All right? So far, 3 years, no rings. But anyways, I don't know if Larry Bird was a champion and lost in the first round. I don't know if Magic Johnson was a champion, defending champion and lost in the first round. Now, but just imagine you being a Celtics with Larry Bird in that roster and you lose to a rookie named Michael Jordan as the defending champions. A lot of you blockheads don't even be knowing or forget or didn't know shit and didn't even know that the Celtics was defending champions. What defending champions is losing to a rookie? Unless it's about that time. So imagine if Michael Jordan did beat the Celtics. That Celtics team would be party happy as hell. The Lakers just lost. So nobody can remember. That. But let's get into this long nose. Don't know nothing. Never played basketball in life. Don't know anything about sports. Let's get into this dude, Nick Long Nose Wrong.
When they lost this series, there's two very clear and obvious reasons. One is the one Brandon was harping on all year long, and he was right about it. And that's the lack of reliability on Anthony Davis's health. It's obvious this series.
There ain't no lack of reliability. You know why? Because AD has been injury prone before he even got to y'all. Oh, the Fakers. You know what I'm saying? Before he even got to LA. The team that nobody was talking about the whole time after 2010, even when Kobe was there. But somehow, some way, everybody's a Laker fan now. Well, Snoop Dogg, how you feel that your Lakers lost in the first round as so-called fake champions? Huh? You know what? I take it back. You know what I'm saying? They can have that little plastic, but it's still a plastic ring pop bubble ring. You know what I'm saying? But as y'all fake bubble defending champions, as y'all defending bubble champions, they lost in the first round. I don't know anybody in my history books that lost in the first round as a champion. And Super Bowl, see, Kendrick, big dummy Perkins, you big dummy. I swear if Red Fox was here right now, he would sit here and say, you big dummy. You get what I'm saying? Because no way is basketball way harder than football, sucker. Huh? You can be a Super Bowl champ and go to the playoffs the next year and get your ass dusted. That's right. Shit, it might not even make the damn playoffs. Luckily, these fools made the playoffs because they was on the verge of not even making the play-in, which was all bullshit in the first place because you still had a chance for survival. But yeah, AD has been injury prone before he got there, so there ain't no reliability. And had it been a full season last year, this stuff party would have been happening.
2 games the Lakers won, AD was excellent. The 4 they lost, 2 of which essentially he didn't play in, with 2 of which he was bad in. So that's part of it. But the other side of it was the point I had been making all year, which was I don't really think they need a great Anthony Davis in many of these series because they...
That's how you know he's on dope. That's how you know he's just a LeBron Jackson for, because AD clearly, obviously, common sense tells you Anthony Davis is the best not the best basketball player, is the best player on the Lakers team from last year. And he ain't the best player this year because he's been injured more, but last year he led in every category except for assists. So for you blockheads, I don't know how that doesn't get through your head, but you need AD. You needed AD all the way. All right, you might have been able to win one series, but you needed him all the way. There ain't no. You need AD every freaking game. There ain't no one unless you 3-1. AD rest. We can get this shit. But knowing this bum, he ain't got it.
Playoff LeBron James, and the Lakers did not have playoff LeBron James this series.
How the Lakers ain't have playoff? Never mind. Let's just go.
That to me is the most interesting.
Because basically, if you ask me what he said, like how he said the first year playoff mode activated and stuff, except for he just ain't say it this year, you know. But the excuses already lined up. Got injured and stuff, and it was already out there. It's the fact that the media like to switch these narratives, all right? And this bum should be not capping. Like, if you know you messed up and injured, like when he got poked in the face and said, I only saw 3 rims and I just aimed for the one in the middle. Like, dude, you ain't gotta be over dramatic. Just make your shot and get the hell on and go to the next game. Well, have mad respect to just being quiet and doing what you gotta do. But the media your media and your Johnson for fans overrate you, and when you don't live up to the expectations, they come in here trying to check somebody like me, like somebody about to shut up. Nope. Huh?
Question moving forward about what will be the final act of LeBron's career. Was this playoff series the canary in the coal mine as far as what LeBron is going to look like in years 19, 20, 21? Or was this playoff series a guy who said, I can be at 90-some%, who was actually at 50% after the ankle injury? This was the worst playoff series LeBron James has played in his life other than the 2011 finals against the Mavs. And
there we go. Yeah, so I found the right video. Let's start that over again.
This was the worst playoff series LeBron James has played in his life other than the 2011 finals against the Mavs.
Now, let's not confuse the playoffs with the finals, all right? Let's not confuse that. Like, the playoffs got nothing to do with the finals, all right? And this ain't his only worst playoff game, huh? You think about the Celtics beatdown, the Orlando Magic beatdown, you know what I'm saying? How could this be the worst? And damn, the Wizards was giving him the beatdown to somebody snitched about something, and I forgot about it. But then they ended up changing the rules on Wizards, and they lost that damn series. And that's the Cavaliers one. I think that's the one where Gilbert Arenas missed the fucking free throws. Agent 0-0 at the free throw line. Clutch. But let's not confuse the finals with the playoffs, all right? Because his final games is more embarrassing than the playoffs, if you ask me. You get what I'm saying? I'm not hurting any of you jock sniffers' feelings, am I? I'm not trying to really be a basher and hater, really. I'm just trying to, you know what I'm saying, get a few things situated here. But I didn't like, out of all segments, at least Undisputed in this. You know what I'm saying? At least this fool, Nick Wrong, is the only one that I heard of saying something that I just, you know, I got a little problem with. So that 2011 Mavs finals is his worst finals. The rest, he's been embarrassed in. Well, all of them, actually. All his finals he lost he was all embarrassed and shit. But
And I kept waiting and thinking he was saving something for the end to where you would see him do what he has done in every elimination game for a decade. Attack, take over, get to the rim. And he wasn't able to.
normally, this is what I say. The only way you beating him, because you got to beat him, the NBA, and the refs. But the only way you're going to beat them all is shooting lights out. You have to shoot. You got to make your threes, you got to just shoot. You got to make them chase you, set up plays, and have your ass open shooting. Not shooting threes all day, but you just got to be shooting them threes to get you 3 points over. You know what I'm saying? You got to be outscoring this dude. You got to have like a nice little bench. You got to have a nice starting squad that's shooting, and then the bench can sit there and do the same thing. He ain't winning nothing. He ain't winning. The dude has lost to more benches in the finals than anybody. He lost to the benches more than the starters. The Spurs bench waxed that ass. Golden State Warriors waxed. The bench waxed that ass. Man.
When he did get to the rim, he didn't have the burst.
Oh yeah, and as far as that little power, now normally what they would do, if they ain't sit there and call the fouls on an opposing team, for example, say like yesterday, normally if the game was not even, like if the Lakers was up, the league is going to make sure the Suns don't catch up, which means LeBron's going to get all his calls, which means he's going to go right to the basket because he knows they're just going to give him the call regardless. Even if you didn't touch him or whatever, even if you went to try to swipe shit around, swipe stuff away and miss, they still going to give you the call. So what does he do best? What does he can only do is go and attack the rim, but call that weak, lazy pick and roll, right? And then try to go with that weak ass layups and try to get and ones and stuff. You can't even sit there now. That should just burn all them speculations that you bums, you jock sniffers used to sit there and say, oh, he's just making the right play. Like, did you not see it? Like, the fool be driving to the basket in the late 5 seconds if he passes the ball. That's just, you know what I'm saying? We all know he passes the ball, try to give it to you with 1 second left so you can sit there and don't even have all you could do is shoot. All you could do is just shoot that bitch because you can't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? How many times this dude went to the basketball driving and be damn near can get the foul call or make it, but he wants to pass it out so he can avoid the free throw line. And as you see, year 18, well, nobody's still playing like this in year 18. That's going to, you know what? For all the people who ain't on LeBron James fans, but I really just hate his fans more than him. You should talk to these motherfuckers in Mickey Mouse voice. You know what I'm saying? Since they got that Mickey Mouse ring. I've been doing that forever. But you know what I mean? I won't mind sharing a little bit of comedy with people. So, you know, when they sit there and say, well, nobody's like this played year 18. In year 18, nobody's been able to play like this. Like, he's still dropping 25 points. Nobody's played like this level like year 18. But he ain't doing nothing. It ain't like he's winning anything. And honestly, garbage time points, all right, having AD do all the damage and then collecting the garbage time points. You get what I'm saying? Like, having AD do all the hard work and damage and then collecting your little tokens don't mean that you're most dominant player. Don't, like, MJ with the Wizards was still a top 5 scorer. You get what I'm saying? That man was still in top 5. I can't remember if it was the percentage or the scoring and stuff, but and Michael only played like 15 or 16 seasons. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you know what I'm saying? It's a little bit tad odd. The dude in year 18 is passing dudes in certain stats and stuff, but everybody else did it in shorter times. Everybody else did it 15 under, except for Karl Malone and, you know what I'm saying, a few other dudes and shit. But let this be a lesson to y'all. You see him, year 18, still flopping in the free throw when he comes, still missing, still airballing, and still missing free throws. That couldn't even help. He couldn't even help himself. He can't even help you at the free throw line.
That's because he's 36 in year 18, and maybe they'll be right. And he wasn't able to. And when he did get to the rim, he didn't have the burst. Now, some will say that's because he's 36 in year 18, and maybe they'll be right. I think it's more likely when we saw him just 9 months ago, when he was almost 36 in year 17, dominate a finals, that he was never even close to 75% off the ankle. But with AD being healthy, playing well for 2 games in this series, and then being hurt, as Brandon unfortunately kind of predicted, and LeBron not looking anything like any version of LeBron we've seen in the playoffs for a decade, Lakers were cooked. And Devin Booker, going NBA Jam on fire certainly didn't help. So that's what happened. And it's not that complicated. And I do give Brandon credit.
So which one is it, man? Which one is it? When a man does good and win games, it's he's 36. He's 36. He's year 18. Who else is playing like that? And then when he lose and he's injured like it is already, well, he wasn't quite 75% close to the 90% he was 4 months ago. If it wasn't for that guy in Atlanta, like purposely injuring him, it ain't no longer keeping the ball alive. There's no longer, when you trying to keep the ball alive and continue to make a play, there's no longer, the competitive and, it's more you intentionally hurting the next dude when you're trying to just do you and shit. Now you can tell when people intentionally. Now you can tell when Pat Beverly hit my man's Westbrook, no, not my man's, but you hit that fool Westbrook's knee. Like you can sit there and see stuff like that. All right, going for the ball, diving. Anyways, what is it, man? Y'all pick one. Y'all can't have it both ways. It's either the man's good or he's deteriorating, like declining. That man ain't super athletic like he used to be to be able to get by it. Real talk, the only reason this fool has even lasted this long with no fundamentals is because of his athleticism. Right? Him being very athletic got him fired. Hell is that? Somebody damn dog.
This is where, and I'm not trying to filibuster here, Brandon, but let me be sincere here for a moment. The whole idea of like this show and a lot of these shows are, you have a guy like me who studies everything and watches everything and learns it that way, and a guy like you who watches and studies, but a lot of your experience comes from having done it. And you as the athlete who has been banged up, who has seen when a guy's body isn't right, you were far more concerned than I would be willing, than I would way up.
Shut up. I don't want to hear nothing.
Because, Nick, I think a blip.
I just want to say, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear nothing about no fucking excuses about people being injured, because Miami Heat went to the finals last year injured as fuck. And Jimmy Butler still played while injured as fuck. Fuck out of here. Right? Y'all ain't giving niggas no excuse. We ain't giving y'all bums no excuse. That is the Fakers fan. I know the real LA fans is happy as hell that they losing. Right? Not yeah, Snoop is a real LA fan, you know what I'm saying, like a fan, but we all know. We all seen the hypocrisy with that dude. Like to call out everybody else except for the bum. This bum can sit here and have 15 turnovers, lose the game, and ain't no celebrity about to call this fool out. Unless you Michael Rappaport. You get what I'm saying? Unless you one of them type of dudes that don't give a fuck. You get what I'm saying? But the rest of them, they celebrity jock sniffers. How the hell they got about like 15, 20 celebrities out the year on TV shows and they all say, like, LeBron's a great man. Man, whatever.
It's a trend. Is LeBron going to be back looking like the king? Emphasis on the word human.
Trying to find a part where Nick Wrong was naming lots of superstars who lost in the first round, but forgot to mention.
So I do think now, to Stein's point, for 15 years LeBron never got hurt, and then in year 16 he got hurt, in year 18 he got hurt. So the question to me isn't as much how good is he still, it is how will he be able to repel injuries that obviously come more often later in their career.
Any Kentucky?
Was in a playoff series.
Where's Devin Booker college team play for? He comes from one of them motherfuckers that's 14, 15. All of them motherfuckers got drafted.
By his first quarter performances alone.
When he went Anthony Davis in college?
When you see Luka outplaying Kawhi, Ja in their game outplayed Steph, and Dragonfly Jones mentioned this, and now Devin outplayed LeBron. It's like, oh, out west, the young guys are saying, we might have now, fellas. This might be our time. And so Devin Booker deserves to.
Thanks for bringing that up, Nick Ron, because I forgot to also mention that you Jock Sniffer said, well, he goes to the west and everybody goes and leaves to the east. Even though the east was coming up hardcore and he just didn't want to, you know what I'm saying, get laid out by like Philadelphia or somebody like, he didn't want to get smacked by the upcoming teams like Milwaukee and stuff like that. So he fit, honestly, he went over there just that way, like with stuff like this, like you see how it doesn't hurt his finals record. He just lost in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? He got tired of getting busted in the finals. Had he still been in the East, he would have lost the finals this year still. You get what I'm saying? But to avoid that, going 4-7, 4-8, 4-9, he just said, well, if I lose in the playoffs, I just don't play in the finals. So, you know, and just goes to show you that the West has been dominant for these 20-something years. Like, it's no joke. Like, your little 7, 8, 6 seeds, 5th seeds in the West can beat the 6th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th seed in the East any day. Them dudes is not soft on the West Coast. And he thought he had it good going over there.
Thanks for watching.
This fool, oh, I guess he ain't say it. But, damn, don't it suck to sit there and see Julius Randle balling? Brandon Ingram balling. You know what I'm saying? Lonzo, whatever. But the people they trade and let go just to bring in these two injury dudes. One is young, injury prone. The other one is just getting older. Now he's starting to be injury prone and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You traded your whole future for basically 2 bags of potato chips, plain. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Have a toast with the little plastic ring all you want to. The bubble ring all you want to, but it ain't no real stuff. Because look what happened when the real season comes down to. And this would have happened last year and stuff like that. And the referees in the league was blatantly blowing the damn whistle on everybody just to get the Lakers over. How do AD and LeBron combine 30-something attempts at the free throw line? And the whole rest of the team. And anyways, this ain't going to be the last video. This is just the first one for the aftermath, you know what I'm saying? Eat that, put it in the sandwich and eat it. You get what I'm saying? And we'll be back to cook some more. Right?